everyone and welcome to the channel IITN Gyan. Let me give you a brief introduction about myself. I am Shraddha Mukherjee. I will be teaching you chemistry in this channel. So a brief knowledge about my educational background. I have done my post-graduation in chemistry from University of Calcutta, followed by I have qualified GATE and I have done NPTEL from IIT Madras. I have been teaching students for the last 6.5 years and I have successfully guided them through the competitive exams like JEE Mains, JEE Advanced and Neet. In this particular channel, what we are focusing is give you a very comprehensive content about the subject. Mainly, we are starting off with chemistry and math lecture. You will find the subjects will be covered in great details, followed by solving number of questions which you will find really helpful in your JEE Mains, JEE Advanced, Neet, and henceforth any other competitive exam that you are appearing for or thinking to appear for. Okay, so without further ado, let's start this video. So first topic that I will be starting today is the chapter hydrocarbons, right? Okay, so hydrocarbons, as you all know, that we have learned the basics in class 10 only, right? We know that in class 10 we have studied, if you are in Cbse, Icse or any state board, the basics of hydrocarbons, there are alkanes, alkenes, alkynes, these all stuff. So in the course of this video, there will be a playlist of number of video where I will be starting hydrocarbons right from the basics and I will move on to the advanced level. First, I will move on to the basics, cover the basics, NCRTs, then move on to the JEE mains part and then we will upgrade it to JEE advanced. And then we will be solving questions so you can see that how you can apply the concept that we will study in the class. So my only request is to have a pen and paper with you or a copy or pen with you so that you can make effective notes, because let's face it, at the end of the day that is the notes that will help you to clear this competitive exams. So without further ado, let's start this topic. So hydrocarbons, as the name suggests, is mainly made up of two elements, hydrogen and carbon. So carbon has certain properties which we have studied in class 10. I will be repeating them just to give you a quick recap. So carbon has one property, we call it catenation. Catenation, what the property says? The property says that it is a tendency of carbon to form long chains with another carbon atoms, right? So the carbon can combine with another carbon to form very long chains, right? So this chain can be straight line, this chain can be something like branched, or this chain can be even cyclic. So this is a straight chain, this is a branch chain, and this is a cyclic chain. The next property of carbon that made it so unique is tetravalency. What is tetravalency? Tetravalency is a property of carbon by which it can form very stable covalent bond with other elements. The other elements can be hydrogen, oxygen, sulfur, chlorine, fluorine, so on and so forth. So what are the things that we have studied? The two properties, that is catenation, and second one is tetravalency. Tetra means what? Tetra means 4. So carbon can form 4 stable covalent bond. So what is the nature of bonding in the organic compounds present? That is covalent. So you can imagine that, you can understood understand that the properties of the covalent bond will be the same as the property of the organic compound. They have low melting and boiling point. They are bad conductor of heat and electricity, so on and so forth, etc., etc. Right? So these are the things that we have. This is a quick recap. And another thing, that carbon can form single bonds, double bonds, and triple bonds. So these property makes the carbon so unique that we have particularly dedicated a branch of carbon, a branch of chemistry based on the properties of carbon, right? So now you can see that I have drawn the chain, but I have not drawn the tetravalency. So let's complete the tetravalency. So see, carbon is making 1 bond, 2 bond, 3 bond, 4 bond. Okay. So now since we are studying hydrocarbons, let's put them in hydrogen. So all the carbon has completed its tetravalency and it is showing a catenation of a straight chain. Similarly, we can draw this structure also. If you want, you can practice it at home. It is very basic. Okay. We have studied it previously also. Now moving on, we dive deeper into the hydrocarbon and we move on to the classification. Classification. How can we classify the hydrocarbons? So broadly, hydrocarbons can be classified into two groups. One is open chain and the another one is closed chain. Closed chain compound, we can also call it cyclic compounds. The open chain can be classified into further into three types, that is alkane, that is second one will be alkene, and the third one will be alkyne. Okay, the first one is alkane, second one is alkene, third one is alkyne. In the closed chain, it can be further classified into alicyclic and second one will be aromatic. And the aromatic can be classified into benzenoid and non-benzenoid. You don't have to make a note of this. This is present in every book. Just you need to understand what are the alicyclic, what are the aromatic. These will be doing one by one. So the first compound, first type of hydrocarbon that we will be studying is an alkene. It is a general term given to the compounds. Okay. So now we quickly move on to a particular type of hydrocarbon that is called alkenes. In alkene, it has a molecular formula of CnH2n plus 2. It is the molecular formula of alkene. Okay. So let's say if I have a formula like this, C5H12. So N is 5 and 2n plus 2 is, when we put 2 into 5 plus 2 equals to 12. So it is a C5H12. It is falling under the formula of CnH2n plus 2. Right? So alkane has a structural formula of CnH2n plus 2. Right? Okay. Now, when you introduce to someone, what is the first thing you say? You say your name, right? So in organic chemistry also, first thing we need to know for alkane is a nomenclature. The basic nomenclature, again, we have studied in our lower classes, class 10. We will do the basic nomenclature followed by some advanced stuff. Okay. So I hope you still remember that what is the number of carbon and their comprehensive name. For example, if one carbon is there, we call it meth. Second, two carbon is there, we call it eth, prop, but, etc., pent, hex, etc., so on and so forth. So let's say I have a compound, something like this. Okay, this is the structural formula of the compound is given. Structure is given, and we have to find the name of this carbon. So first thing what we will do, we find the longest carbon chain. So first thing is longest carbon chain. So now you can see that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This one is the longest one. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Anything you can take. So I am considering this one. This is my longest carbon chain of 6 carbons. Okay. So first thing is done. I have found my longest carbon chain. Then we start numbering the chain in such a way that the substituent will have the least position. Okay. So I can number it from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, the two substituent are in the 3 and 4 position, 3 and 4 position. Okay, so no controversy at all. Now, numbering is done. And then we will find out of what we call is the substituent alphabetical order. So this group C2H5, what is this group? Ethyl, and CH3 is methyl. Okay. So now E comes before M. Clear about that? E comes before M. So that will be, if I take the numbering from this one, 4 ethyl, 3 methyl hexane. Or another name can be there. If we take it from downward, that is 3 ethyl, 4 methyl hexane. Okay. So now let make it one thing clear. Okay. That in a compound, in an organic compound, there can be only one name. So in between both the names, only one name is correct. And the name that is correct will be this one. Because the first substituent is in the smaller position. We have to consider the one that is in the smaller position. So ethyl will have the name 3-ethyl 4-methyl hexane. We are clear about this, okay? So now move on to some more difficult ones. Let's say I have a compound we have a compound something like this one. Okay. And now first thing is longest carbon chain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This one will be my longest carbon chain. And now we will start numbering the carbon chain. From left to right, if I number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay. So from left to right we have this one. From right to left we have this one. So in which we have to find out the substituent that has the minimum number. Over here, if we take from the right, left to right, what are the substituent? 1, 2, 3. So ethyl groups are in 3 position and methyl groups are in the 4 position. From this one, what will happen? This one will happen is 1, 2, 3, 4. So methyl group in the 4th position and ethyl group in the 5th position. So this numbering we will consider. So what will be the name? Again, ethyl, E comes first before methyl. So 2, 2 diethyl, 2, 2 diethyl. Sorry, 3rd position. My mistake. 3, 3 diethyl, 4 methyl, 4 methyl, and 7 carbon. Therefore, heptane. So the number will be 3, 3 diethyl, 4 methyl heptane. Okay, we got this. We are clear about this. I think there is no issue in nomenclaturing the alkane. First, we have to find out the longest carbon chain, followed by the substituent, then substituent position, and at the end of it, we'll be doing this. Okay. Now moving on to the next part. Okay, the next thing you should remember is practice. Okay, the more you practice, the more you will be get comfortable with the nomenclature naming. I will be doing more nomenclature in the video series, but you have to practice on your own. The more you practice, the more you will perfect. The next thing that we will study is isomerism. What is the definition of isomerism? Isomerism is a compound, isomers of the compound that has the same molecular formula but different structural arrangement. Okay, same molecular formula, different structural arrangement. Let's say I have a molecular formula of C5H12. C5H12. Now, how many different ways I can draw this? First one will be this one. Second one is this one. Third one is this one. Okay. So see, in first, second, and third, all have the molecular formula of C5H12, but the structural arrangement is changing. And if I start writing the U pregnant, it is pentane, or if it is a straight line, I can also call it N-pentane. This one is one substituent is there. Number the carbon 1, 2, 3, 4. So 2-methyl butane, and this one there are two substituent in the second carbon. So its name is 2,2-dimethyl propane. So as you can see that same structural formula can be have three different molecular formula. Now this also, if you are an ICSE board or CBSE board, you have done in class 10. But the physical property changes when the isomers, when there are different isomers. This has a common name also. Its common name is isopentane, and this common name is neopentane. Right? So as you can see, I am giving you a spoiler, but after that I will again do the physical properties individually. But see, this one has a large surface area. Okay, this one surface area decreases because there is a branching taking place, and therefore in this one the surface area decreases further. So what happens is the boiling point keeps on decreasing. Okay, so this one will have a very high boiling point, this one followed by this one followed by this one, but we will do this in great details after some time, because question has came in JEE mains regarding the boiling points of N-pentane, isopentane and neopentane. So first day we gave a brief discussion about the alkenes, the nomenclature of alkane, followed by isomerism of alkane. Okay, these are most of the things that you have studied in class 10, but after that we will dive deeper into the chemical reaction, the conformers, like what are the staggered conformers, Sawhorst conformer, Fischer projection formula and all that, stability, and then the chemical reactions followed by alkenes and alkynes. So this will be a long series of video in the playlist. The first one is the basic one, the introductory one. I hope you like it. If you like the video, do support us by sharing the video with your friends, like, comment and subscribe. And as always, I am your friend and your educator for chemistry, Shraddha Mukherjee. We'll see you afterward. Bye.